Hey, what's up, guys? Maximus Black here.
And Nova War.
And we are bringing you a cold cast.
As per usual these days.
I didn't even say good afternoon, good evening, anything.
That should tell you the kind of evening we've been having.
Yeah, I'm not even going to go into the evening. I will say that we did air on NASL.
Yeah.
And that's all I'll say. And let's get right into this game here. Who do we have? Let me go to the names.
Give me that noise, sir. This is quite well done.
iReal and Gravityjay.
Very nice.
I have nothing funny.
There's no name jokes available.
No.
For that, unfortunately.
Not at all.
Usually there are, but not today.
Yes, I have no idea what level of play this is, so...
We don't normally anymore. We just kind of open a game and go with it.
Yep.
So that's fine.
So if you guys are wondering, it will be up here in the top right of the screen when the time comes, and we do have a PvP. So I'm sure we're going to see lots of mirror-like builds, really boring, a long, dragged-out game, and yeah, we'll probably kill ourselves.
We're shooting for the stars right now, really. This is all the way great. But yeah, you know, on Metalopolis... they're about as far away from each other as they could possibly be right now.
Yep.
And when they scout that out, they should really immediately say to themselves, okay, I can afford to tech a little bit here more than usual. Maybe the other guy is going to try and go for a 4-gate. Maybe if that's the case, maybe I can try and push that Robo out and maybe get an extra Immortal out on the field before, sooner than I would otherwise, because I do have a bit more of that gap in between us. Maybe that's a strong possibility, or maybe both of them are just going to go ahead and 4-gate and hope that the other person is thinking the same thing and get that push out, because with that 4-gate, of course, you get the proxy pylon, distance doesn't matter so much.
Absolutely, and it looks like we do have the same typical things here, 9 pylon, 13 gateways, they're both doing the exact same build. It would be nice to know, maybe we should start figuring out exactly what level of play this is, because I'm sure we'll...
Ahead of time?
Yeah, just so I can make certain specific comments about that level of play.
Well, I don't think it matters because some people get into leagues when they shouldn't be.
Yeah.
By cheesing, for instance.
Yep.
And so I don't think it matters. It's like that right there. He was probably boxing his probes or trying to, and probably just clicked off accidentally. That happens a lot when people try and do that APM spam thing where they're constantly boxing their workers and then they accidentally click off.
I thought I heard something die too. It might have been a probe that died.
Oh, that's another strong possibility. It could have been a scout, actually.
Yeah. One thing that you guys need to know is when somebody is scouting,
don't go through the mineral line.
Yes, that's a huge mistake that people do. Definitely go around back here, because if you run your scout through here, all it takes is grabbing your guys, clicking the A button, and clicking really quickly, and these pros will get a really fast surround on that scout and kill it in 2 seconds, and it really doesn't do anything to their economy.
No, exactly. It really doesn't slow them down whatsoever, and all you do is lose the scout. And here's Pylon. Probably, I don't think. Well, judging by where he put that pylon, he's not going to be able to squeeze another building in there. I don't think.
No, but
that's just there for scouting purposes,
yep.
Just so he knows that there's not going to be some sort of crazy drop. I mean, there's Bob doing his job off on the side, getting his work in, and this is we're seeing what looks to possibly be a 4-gate from iReal, and what could be a 3-gate 1 Robo here from Gravity, because we're seeing double assimilator out of him.
I was just, man, you were
great
good.
Minds think alike.
You're good. I was just about to point out that there is only one assimilator for iReal, so I would think that he is going to be going 4. There it is. So he is going the 4-gate. And of course the 2 assimilators here for Gravity, and a lot of the time is if you're doing the proper scout and you can go down there and you do see that there is 2 assimilators up there, don't always assume that they are going to be going 3-gate Robo.
No, because sometimes at the league level,
yeah,
people just assimilator up anyway.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But there is a good chance that you'll either see a 3-gate Robo, or you may see a Stargate in there. Something a little bit more gas intensive, seeing as though they have the extra gas, obviously. But like Adam just said, he made a very good point. Depending on the league, some of the lower level players just think they need it when they really don't.
Yeah, absolutely. I still make that mistake sometimes. I'll 4-gate and I'll double assimilator up, and I end up having all of this gas.
Yeah.
And if you're lucky and the other person doesn't push at a good time, you can get away with it.
Yep.
But if not, then you are down in attacking units, and you end up being hurt a great deal. Here comes the first bit of a push. We should see a probe coming down with him as well, with these units to get that proxy in. No Robo yet out for what's his name again? Gravityjay. I keep forgetting that we have those names up top now. But he did get his Nexus out. Very interesting that he still has a double assimilator. Like we said, sometimes people make that mistake. Because we are seeing that he has 330 gas now, and he's not really building any sentries.
Yeah, if you guys have that, abundant amount of gas, or abundant amount of gas.
Sentry up.
Sentry up. Because there you go.
And there you go.
There you go. And that's something I like to see, because sentries are obviously very, very useful, especially when you're getting that expansion up, trying to wall off, trying to cut units in half, trying to do... But you know what? I haven't seen this game before, and I can only assume that iReal is probably going to take this just by the way it's going. He's doing a good time push right now. He does have Gravity outnumbered, and he is doing that expansion, which in the long term could help him out, but right now, in that 4-gate push, it is going to slow him down. A fairly decent force field there, cutting off those stalkers, but this one stalker here is getting the vision up top, and Gravity taking a little bit of damage. He does need to chuck up another force field, and he does, but he is in a world of trouble right now. If iReal was smart, he would get that expansion, keep building probes, and of course, keep warping in units.
Definitely. This was a reasonably good push. I think it happened around the 7.5 minute mark. For what level of play this is probably maybe a platinum level game, or maybe a gold level game. But you know what? 7.5 minutes is a bit late. He didn't bring a probe down with him initially, and so he was walking units across the map. That is what slowed him down. Yep. It wasn't his 4-gate timing itself. It was just the lack of that proxy pylon. Now he's warping in units down here. Now he's going to get the job done, and he needs to. Gravityjay has all sorts of money not building anything or not using it for anything. He has a forge. Could have gotten a couple of extra cannon out because he's not getting any, attacking units. Yep. He's falling behind in gas now. He's getting in a lot of trouble. There is vision from the top because of those units on the ramp. Now there's not, thankfully, but there was a surround from the bottom there. Very dangerous situation. Should have backed up.
Absolutely, and Adam made a very, very good point, guys. Whenever you are doing that 4-gate and you want to do that nice, timely push, the only units that you should be running from your base all the way down is your first initial batch.
The ones that aren't even coming out of the warp gate.
Absolutely. And your probe should already be down there. The proxy pylon should already be put in place. And then the units should be warped in there constantly and then push in and keep going in and don't stop. That sounded really dirty. But but just keep going. It's not, hey, let's build a massive army in my base, then run them all the way down, then build the pylon, and then really not warp in any units. Yeah. You've slowed yourself down. And
what we're seeing here is that, if I had to assume, I'm going to say that iReal doesn't have a lot of hotkeys, because we're seeing him build pylons outside of the base right now. Instead of going back and building pylons in, he's getting close to capping out his units. Not anymore. He's got a lot of them taken out. Bad situation for him. Needs to back up. And now he's walking down extra units. There's not a lot of consistency here by either player, really. I mean, Gravityjay has a lot of money. He should be able to build up quite a force. He should have been building extra gateways here. Now he's getting a robotics facility. A little late on the draw there. If he can hold him off at the ramp long enough with sentries, then he might be able to get out. If he gets one immortal out, it could totally sway this entire game if he macros properly from that point on.
Absolutely. iReal is shit in the bed right now. He is really not playing great. And look at that. Putting an expansion that is super aggressive. I don't agree with this. This expansion should have been up at his own natural a while ago.
He's not winning this enough to be building it.
You know what? Gravity could actually still win this game.
Definitely.
And you know what?
I'm beginning to think he might.
And I keep stressing this a lot of the times where Protoss players, when they're backed against the wall like this, what iReal is doing is he's putting himself in a situation where Gravity could go Dark Templar, where he could get a couple of Dark Templar, right? What you're doing is you're forcing your opponent to do crazy things, to do one last final stand.
Yeah.
And iReal should be thinking, okay, what can my opponent do in this scenario? He isn't going to be able to walk down this ramp and stay alive. He's building up cannon in his base.
Which he's doing right now.
And
now he got walled out.
That was a good force. This is just a massive error on Gravity. I don't even know why he's backing up right now. He should have been kiting these. But like I was saying, if he would have just got out a Dark Templar, dropped him over here, and ran up to this base, he has nothing. This guy would be dead. And one thing that you guys gotta know is when you are doing this contain against any type of player, whether it's Protoss, Zerg, Terran, it doesn't matter. You now got to think, okay, if I was the enemy, what would I do in this situation to get out of it? What is the most effective way to get out? And I would be thinking Dark Temp. So not having a photon cannon up in your base or not getting an observer ready is just a horrible, horrible idea. And look at this. He's just running all of his units up here. This is really stupid. His best case scenario...
I actually think it's smart. He's walling off his main. He can't get up.
That there was smart.
He's got his immortal. He's going to go up here and destroy this guy.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I stand corrected. That was a smart move. But why I was saying that wasn't smart is I thought he took all of his units up and he didn't have any sentries. But let's go up to the base here. Now holding off with these sentries. He's got quite a bit. He actually
has
might
a lot of units.
He might win this game.
Absolutely. He's got top vision. He needs to get those sentries away from the ramp so that he can get up there fast enough. If he does get up, this could be huge problems for iReal. iReal doing a better job of keeping his economy down, but he is now way too gas intensive. He has got way too many minerals right now. The unfortunate thing for Gravity right now, and the only reason he's not winning this game already, is that he didn't spend his money properly this entire time. He has way too many resources. He's low on gas now because he's been pumping out Sentry to keep iReal out of his base, but now he's got a bigger problem on his hands because now he can't keep them out of his base. They're getting in, and although he's getting a couple of Zealots out, he does have a bit of a threat. I think he might actually be able to hold it off down there if he keeps pumping out.
Oh, absolutely.
Zealots.
Gravity's going to win this game.
Oh, yeah.
He's going to win this game.
He should. You know what? I would have liked to see, and Gravity, keep this in mind in the future. If you are held up in your base as a one-base Protoss is a very powerful thing. You do not have to be, you don't have to have an expansion against a second Protoss to still come out.
And
iReal is sour.
F you son of B.
Itch.
Yes.
You know what? Gravity or iReal had no reason.
He just left the game.
He left the game. You can pause it from now on. You know what? iReal, no reason why he should have lost this match.
I feel like an idiot actually because you know what?
We said he was going to win earlier.
He said he was going to win, and then he kind of pulled one on me and took all of his units and ran the moat and ended up winning the game.
Yeah.
He
shouldn't have.
No.
He shouldn't have won the game, but
iReal had that game in the bag
several times.
Oh, absolutely.
He just made a lot of mistakes. He was spending his money more wisely for a long time. Towards the end, he was completely shitting the bed. Gravityjay wasn't spending his money basically the entire game, but when he was spending money, he was spending it properly, and that was a difference. He was building what he needed to build when he built it. If he was constantly spending money, or maybe even because he was going so much with the gateway units, if he built one or two extra, even though he was only on one base because of the situation he was in, that would have been an even quicker win for him. But let's leave it at that.
Sure.
We could probably talk about this for a while, but let's leave it at that. Both Protoss players had some things they didn't do great, but in general, good job on Gravityjay for keeping him out of the base long enough and sneaking those units up to take the win. Good on you, sir. But for now, this has been LAGTV bringing you another cold cast from the fine locale of Canuckville, Canada. This has been Nova War.
And Maximus Black.
And we'll see you guys soon.
Peace out, guys.